Did Bird Box deserve its success? The past week, we just saw an explosion of Bird Box memes that I couldn't even deal with enough. So I had to go watch the movie, like everybody else, had to go watch it. So, did Bird Box deserve its success? Eh, it was a very good horror movie compared to other horror movies that came out in 2018 because horror movies were garbage in 2018. Garbo. So, this movie wasn't that bad by any means, but the way it's portrayed online shows otherwise. Like, it's way overrated. I'm gonna show a couple huge posts from a couple huge Instagram pages like World Star or something. Show you an example, but I don't think I even need to, because holy shit, this movie's been everywhere. I know it's kind of died down a lot. I should have made a video a couple days ago, but fuck it. I'm still gonna talk about this decent movie. Okay, so if you don't want to hear spoilers about the movie, there's gonna be spoilers in this video, but I'm just gonna describe the basis of it right now. So there's this disease that goes around the world. It's like an apocalypse disease, and if you look at it, you want to commit suicide. If you look at it, you commit suicide. It makes you commit suicide. So that's pretty much the basis of the movie. Them trying to avoid it, and they use blindfolds to avoid it. So they're technically blind throughout the whole movie almost, and they can't see anything. So it just makes doing everything extremely harder, and they have to adapt to their new way of living. And forewarning, I'm not a real reviewer. I'm just explaining the movie. I'm not going to keep in all the details. If you want to know all the details, then go watch the movie. But if you want to hear my opinion on it and my summary on it, keep on watching. So yeah, I'm going to get into spoilers. If you don't want to get spoilers, go to the timestamp on the screen. Okay, so for spoilers, I'm just going to be doing a whole rundown on the movie. So it's going to take like 5-10 minutes. So just be patient, alright? There's a lot that happened in this movie. So the movie starts off with a mother and two children in a house about to leave for this compound that was said to be safe. They pack their essential things to go on the boat. After getting on the river stream, the movie backtracks a couple years, about 5, and shows the mother painting while pregnant. The movie also introduces her sister, only to say that the pregnant woman never talks to her mom or her family, yada yada yada. They turn on the TV to see a disease that has taken over Russia that makes you kill yourself. Hence, the disease that came to America. So, hence why you see everybody on Instagram saying, haha, Bird Box with a fucking blindfold on. Okay, so the sister and mom start driving to the hospital to get a checkup on the baby. On the way out, the pregnant woman sees another woman smashing her head into a glass window in a hospital, eventually killing herself. The pregnant woman starts to see this and run to the car, remembering what's going on with the TV and remembering that there's a mass suicide disease. So, she runs to the car. The mom and the sister, drive off to seek for safety, but don't understand what is happening, and they don't understand that this is happening because they're looking at it. So the sister goes and looks at one, so then she tries to kill herself and she crashes the car with the mom inside. They both don't die from that. Then the sister hasn't killed herself, so she gets out the car, and she runs into a moving truck and kills herself. Everybody is getting infected from this thing. Okay, the pregnant woman is okay and later saved by a man brought into the house. They start freaking out and close all the windows. They stay at the house for a little bit. Now there's 7 more people in this house, so keep up with me here. They stay there with a couple days with dialogue going on the whole time. Nothing really that important, just more dialogue to help you understand what's going on. Then they let in another pregnant woman who isn't infected. After that, the new pregnant woman tells the other pregnant woman that was there before to take care of her baby if anything happened to her because the other pregnant woman had a strong and independent appeal. Well, the new pregnant woman, in a little bit, she let another person in, which ended up to be a undercover infected. So I call them undercover infectives. They act like they're fine, but they're actually trying to get you to look at the disease and kill yourself. So they're pretty much like minions to the disease. So when the guy comes in, he seems totally fine for a long time. Then he pulls out, and then he tells his story about some wackos coming to his house, breaking in, and forcing them to look. And he says that he didn't look. Of course, he couldn't escape that alive. But yeah. So he starts looking at paintings, and then he gets that little look in his eyes, that little look that makes people want to kill themselves. But he's not trying to kill himself, so he's one of the minions. He goes into a room and attempts to get everybody. And oh yeah, um, the pregnant women are having their babies. I'm sorry, forgot that detail. But yeah, pregnant women having their babies inside of one room. The guy who is undercover infected, he walks into the room, rips open all the windows, and 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 he does this after they already gave birth, like a couple minutes after they gave birth. He makes the newer pregnant woman kill herself, jump out the window. Then he makes an old woman kill herself. Makes an old woman stab herself in the neck. After that, the old pregnant woman was fine and she had the babies because the man killed the guy. So next, the man and the woman and the babies, they go off somewhere, start taking care of them in like this enclosed area so they're more safe. So then they get a radio signal in the middle of the night saying that there was a safe compound where they could stay forever and it would be safe. But they would have to take a look at the river, and one person would have to look and kill themselves, really. So then they go for a food run with them and the kids. Eventually, infected show up, and the mother and kids escape. The man kills the infected and lets them escape, but gets killed in the process. So, so the mother and kids are alone, and it shows the scenes that are in the beginning. So we're all caught up here now. So they were getting ready to go on a boat in the beginning. Now they're getting ready to go on a boat right now without the man, because he just died. It showed us just now how he died. So they get to the rapids, and somebody has to look. Then she decides no one's gonna look, and she goes through the rapids blind. She tips over the boat because the rapids are very dangerous. She tips over the boat. Then they swim to shore. Them and the kids, they start walking through the forest. The disease, monster, or demon, whatever the hell you want to call this shit, it starts tormenting them and trying to get them to take off their blindfold. Literally begging them to take off their blindfold. So if one of the kids took off their blindfold, I don't know if I could have even watched. Like, I don't want to see a kid kill themselves. Like, if they actually did that, I would have clicked off that movie right quick. Thank God they didn't. So then they make it to the compound safely after about 10 minutes or 15 minutes of them trying to get out of there. And it was a school for the blind, and many of them were blind over there. It was also like a safe compound, and they had birds to warn them if any of them come near, so they can go inside. So, and there was many people and many other children, so they can actually live a halfway decent life in hell. Yada yada yada. Happy ending. Okay, so did I like this movie? Yes. Compared to other recent horror movies that did come out this past year, this was a very good movie. But does it deserve the praise it's getting? Eh, don't get me wrong, no movie except for the couple lucky ones are perfect, but at times it took a while for anything to happen and it got boring time to time. So I had to press skip 10 seconds on my phone when I was watching it. Just not to wait a century for something to happen. This movie went total batshit crazy viral, and it did for a good reason. I give this movie an 8 out of 10, which is pretty good, but not perfect. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Subscribe for more. I post guaranteed every Tuesday and Thursday. I post sometimes more than that. Check out my links, my albums, and my SoundCloud link in the description. I'll see you on the next one.